Hey all, it's Mooch. Welcome to Mooch News for the week of May 13th, 2018. Been a long time since I've done one of these, so there's a lot to go over. Let's dive right into it. Fake Samsung 25Rs. Getting a couple of reports of those. I'll try to post, I don't have any pictures that I can show, but I'll try to do a post about that soon. But essentially, if you take off the wrap and the top ring insulator is self-adhesive or glued to what you thought was a 25R, it's not a 25R. I just don't have any more specific information other than I'm getting reports of occasional ones here. These fakes are everywhere. They've always been around. When I hear about them, maybe an extra surge or something, I'll let you guys know. Also, big thank you to my patrons. I did start the Patreon account finally a little while ago, about halfway there to funding my drive to go full-time for the community. So I want to say thank you to those who have contributed and are patrons of mine and get to have a big say in what I test and get advanced battery news and advanced testing reports and stuff. Thank you very much. And on to the testing I've done. First was the Aegis Legend, a great looking mod, good performer, and passed all the tests. Did first two I'd gotten, early samples did leak very badly, but the next two later production samples, no leaking at all. And certainly if you drop it into a puddle, it's not waterproof. You can't throw it in the ocean, dive down and recover it. But if you drop it into a puddle, want to wash it off in warm soapy water or something, no problem. Drops or anything like that have been no problem. It's a good, durable, good looking mod. Next one was the QSO Orange 30 amp, and writing is so hard to read on it. Here we go. This is a 2700, 30 amp, 3100 mAh, accurately rated. It's the same cell used by the Vapes Gold 3100. That's not the Sanyo NCR 2700A rewrap. That's the 3200 mAh one. This is just under the Sanyo, same as the Vapes 3100 mAh, just under the Sanyo in performance. So good 2700 performer. The Vapes Purple 25 amp, 3000 mAh. This is the 25 amp, not the 20 amp 3000 mAh, the 25 amp. This is a VTC 6A rewrap. Probably the best 18650 we have available to us now. A little bit better than the VTC 5A, but they're hard to find. Hopefully they become more available and the VTC 6A becomes more available. Also, I was looking into Smoke claim of 8000 mAh for their VFin mod. Essentially, it's this. And there's some numbers here. Two 3300 mAh cells, which makes it a 2 series, 3300 mAh pack. They could have made an argument for equivalent mAh, where you take two 3300 milliampere hour batteries in series or parallel in a regulated mod, runs roughly the same as one 6600 mAh battery. You just add up the capacities. But they didn't do that. They just said, oh, 8000 mAh battery. And so they exaggerated. They had an opportunity to educate the community on the principle or the thought behind equivalent mAh, 2 or 3 sentences on the website where they've got pages of information on it. And then they decided to exaggerate it on top of it. I will be taking apart these cells just as a little teardown for the community to see. For upcoming testing, we've got the retest of the Samsung 30T, which is the 35 amp, 3000 mAh, 21700. Probably the best performing battery we have available to us of any size. I've got two of them from two different sources, two each from two different sources for the retest, just to make sure the production cells now are up to snuff from what I tested a year ago. The next one is the Samsung 20S, which, if I can find the printing on here, I really should wear my glasses. This is supposed to be a 30 amp, 2000 mAh battery. In my early tests of the rewrap of this, the Vapes rewraps of this, or what we thought was a rewrap of this, performed a little better than the VTC 5A in some ways, about the same as others. Finally get a good testing of this one and see. Amp King, 3000 mAh, 21700. They label it 40 to 50 amps. No, 35 amp cell. It is the Samsung 30T rewrap, but in a different can. It's a different appearance than all the other 30Ts I've seen, but it runs at the same temperature and identical discharge curve, indicating same chemistry or very close to chemistry. So it seems to be a 30T, so it's the Amp King. So if you have trouble finding 30Ts, hopefully the M Kings become more available soon. Next one is this VAP cell. Very curious about this one. 3750 mAh. They rate at 25 amps, 21700. What's really interesting about this one is underneath is a Sony VTC6A 21700. VAP cell goes, yeah, it's a VT6A in a new case. I'm going to test that and find out. To me, I think they would have put it in a new, given a new model number, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a larger VT6A, which would make it an astoundingly good performer. The next one that I will be testing soon is the $3 reading glasses. I'm just going to have to wear them here. Okay. The NCR 2070C, not 2700C, 2070C. Now this one, preliminary test I did was a better performer than the NCR 2700A. If it's true, that holds up in full testing, that means this is the best 2700 that we have available to us. Next ones are going to be a pair of, this is a very small number of people, but I'm fascinated by it, a pair of Enersig LFP chemistry cells, lithium ferrous phosphate. Lower voltage, it can be 2.7 volts under heavy load, but this is the safest chemistry we have, and these are supposed to be pretty well performance equivalents to the A123 cells that can be so hard to get right now. So this is a good option for stacked mods or just safe installations of any other things you might be doing. Also, there's the VAP cell 10 amp, and it is in 1100 mAh, 18350. That testing is coming up for preliminary tests. Look like it's a very good performer, but I haven't tested 18350s in a very long time. I won't be able to do any direct comparisons to anything previously. I think I have an Aspire, a couple of Aspires. I can compare it to that, because I think a lot of people are familiar who use 18350s are familiar with the Aspires. But I will be doing more 18350 testing coming up soon. Then I have the new Sony VC7. 8 to 10 amps, actually I think it's 8 amps, 3500 mAh. So for low power vapors, or for someone who's moderate power, if you're a 60 watt vapor but you have a 4 battery mod, these could be a fantastic option, but certainly for low power vapors. And then the final one is, took them off too soon, the LG HG30. Now this, I've seen listings for 5,000 mAh, but that's just not true. Everything I have indicates that this is going to be a 3,000 mAh battery, but about 35 amps. So this is a 21700. So I think this could be, and I want to double check if they have any extra numbering on there. No, a 21700. This could be competition for the Samsung 30T, which would be fantastic, because we can get rewraps of both cells and the OEM versions of both cells. We start to have more options for the best cell available to us for maybe quite a while. We can get, I think we're going to get higher capacity cells, rounding out of all the different sizes and things like that, but this may be the pinnacle for a while. And that is everything for this week's news. Thank you very much for watching.